Which rabbit?
Huh?
I said, which rabbit?
I don't know why it won't do that for me. I don't know, so this shit is gonna have to be out. Anybody got something to say? Fuck me. It's my show. Oh, what you doing? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna leave it out. You said it looked okay, so I'm gonna leave it out. Okay? Alright?
I like it better out than the little...
But do it look stupid out?
I don't think so. Try tucking it in and see. You might not want to do this. We rolling.
For real?
Yeah.
I just leave it on the low now. Is it because I'm a dog? No, Chris Brown went the fuck off on this. I'm sorry. He went off. He went off on that. I'm just saying. Alright, let me get back into character because that really be making me sick.
Not. Okay, we rolling.
What's going on, everybody? This is your girl Lilz, and welcome back to another episode of the Lilz Experience. We are now at episode 8, which means that season 1 is almost at the end, y'all. So just continue to tune in and hang in there with me. So this episode is called Not So Happy. Oh shit, I messed that up. Damn. And that was good too. Damn. What's going on, everybody? This is your girl Lilz, and welcome back to another episode of the Lilz Experience. We are now at episode 8, which means that season 1 is almost at the end. So just hang in there with me and continue to stay tuned. This episode is called Not So Happy for the Holidays. Now, a lot of people struggle with this during this time of year. And this is a very personal subject for me because this is something that I battle with every year, especially around the holidays. A lot of people battle with depression and sadness around the holidays, and a lot of people don't really understand it. Like, they don't get it because they feel as though, like, you know, 'tis the season, like, but a lot of people don't really feel like that. You know, a lot of people are very depressed. They're really sad. They feel lonely. You know, they just don't really feel like they belong anywhere or with anyone or with a particular group. It's just not the happiest time for a lot of people. And, you know, a lot of things trigger people during this time of year. You understand what I'm saying? Certain situations that they might have experienced, it triggers them and it causes them to not be in the holiday season mood or whatever you want to call it. And, you know, for me, I know that I've struggled with depression around the holidays. Depression is something that I've been battling with for several years now, you know, and it's no secret. You know, I've become more open to talking about it just simply because there's a lot of people who are battling depression that I didn't even know was, you know, battling depression. So for me, it's like, okay, I could talk about this now because people can relate and they understand, you know. And for the people who can relate, who are not speaking up, this is for you, you know. Like, I want you to know that you're not by yourself, and you know, I feel the same way too. And there are other people out here who feel the same exact way that you feel. So just look at this as like, okay, I'm not alone. You know, like, I do have an outlet or something, or, you know, there is somebody else out there who feels the same way that I feel. So that's what I want you to take from this. But, you know, I do battle with depression the most around this time of year. It's a very sad time of year for me just simply because, you know, like, I came from a family of Thanksgiving traditions and Christmas traditions and New Year's traditions, and that pretty much got taken away from me when my parents got divorced. They've been divorced now, I don't know how many years. I was 14 when they, you know, got divorced. So that pretty much like the rug was taken from up under my feet, you know. And around this time of year, I started to notice changes within them, you know. I noticed it, but I didn't really pay any attention to it because I was like, whatever, like, you know, like, okay. I didn't really pay much attention to it, but now as an adult, and I think about that whole situation leading up until the moment that, you know, they told me and my brother that they were getting a divorce. I'm like, damn, like, things were really different between them. You understand what I'm saying? So that definitely is something that I think about often, you know. And then the simple fact of the matter is those traditions that I grew up on and that I was used to, it was taken away. Like it was gone. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just like I could never really get that back over the years. You know, family is something really important to me. Like, I love my family to death. Like, I am who I am because of my family. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And for me to be without that crushed me. Like, you know, like, it crushed me. So year after year after year after year, you know, it's just a constant sadness for me around this time of year because I don't have those traditions anymore. And it's like I'm an adult now, and so it's like it's just like, well, come on, Leanne, like, you're grown now. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But it's like still, like, it's like I have children to, you know, to create new traditions or new memories with. It's not like I have a significant other, you understand what I'm saying, to create memories and new traditions with. You understand? It's like I gotta get in where I fit in, basically. So it's always a sad time of year for me, just simply because those traditions that meant the world to me, I don't really have them anymore. You know, I'm split between houses. I have to go see my mom and make sure that she's good, and then I have to go to my dad's house and kick it with them and eat up all their food. And then I gotta go to, you know, Pookie house. You understand what I'm saying? And check them and kick it with them and eat their food and get my to-go container. Like, so it's a lot. So I try to mask the sadness and the depression with trying to keep busy, you know, and that's why I'm back and forth going to the different houses, because it's like, okay, I'm trying to make sure that I spend time with everybody. You know, I'm trying to make sure I keep myself around people, you know, and not necessarily really, you know, cut myself out, because if I had it my way, I would sit in my apartment literally and just like sit here and cry all day, like during these holidays, especially New Year's. Oh my God. Oh, especially New Year's. What? I try so hard not to go on any type of social media for New Year's because I can't take it. I can't. It's like a water fest. Like, it's a water fest. Got all these nice little cute couples. Oh my God, give me a kiss. I'm in there. Oh my God. Kiss, 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 kiss. Then, you know, nice little families, you know, oh my God, watching the ball drop with the kids, matching PJs, Happy New Year's from, what people say, Happy New Year's from me and mine to you and yours. I'll be like, all right. I can't take it. I can't take it. I really try my best not to be on any type of social media for these, like, for New Year's at least. Thanksgiving and Christmas, social media not that bad for me, but New Year's, oh, forget about it. I can't. Like, I cannot. I can't deal with it. It's too much. So this is something that a lot of people are dealing with during the holidays. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and people don't really understand it. They don't really notice it, or if they do notice it, they try to ignore it. You understand what I'm saying? Which is still pretty messed up, because this is a real thing that's happening. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people really feel the saddest and the loneliest around the holidays, and I just really feel as though that people honestly need to pay more attention to the people that are around them, because somebody that's really close to you could be going through this and you would never know. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of my friends and family members who watching this video right now, like, they probably like, we can't tell. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we ain't know that, or maybe they do know it, and it's just like they let me be, or whatever the case may be. But we definitely have to start paying more attention to this. Okay, so there are like a few tips that I've been picking up, along the way that I'm trying to actually really apply to my life during this time of year, so I'm not as sad, and then eventually I can get to a point and not be sad at all. So I'm going to share some of them with you. I don't have all the answers, because honestly, I'm getting sad thinking about it now. But it's an emotion that I'm used to feeling. So I mean, hopefully, it's not like that this year, really. Because like I said, last year was a lot better than any of the years have been. I don't know what made it so different, but last year was a lot better for me. Okay, so here we go with these tips. So the first tip is, don't shut yourself out from people completely. Don't choose Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year to isolate yourself from people. Don't do that. This is not the time for me time. It's not that. It's not that. Because I'm telling you, if you allow yourself to be by yourself and really isolate yourself and not deal with your friends and family members and loved ones, you are going to drive yourself insane. Like, seriously, like, you are going to make this feeling 10 times worse than what it already is. Granted, I know you probably don't want to be around people. I know. Look, let me tell you something. I get it, and I know. You know how many years I'll be like, damn, I really got to get up and get dressed to go over here for dinner. I get it, I understand it, but I still get up and I still get dressed and I still go, because I know that if I stay home and be by myself, I'm going to feel 10 times worse than what I already do. So you cannot shut people out, okay? You cannot just stay home and eat oodles and noodles. First of all, you are really selling yourself short if you miss out on that ham and collard greens and baked mac and cheese. You are really playing yourself if you don't go get your plate. So, I mean, you're playing yourself. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Please. You have to really surround yourself with people who genuinely really love you and genuinely really care about you and genuinely really want you around and want your presence, and they get something from your presence. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not don't be afraid to show the emotion that you're feeling. When you're around your family members and loved ones and friends, don't be afraid to show them that you're a little sad, because by you letting them know that you are a little sad, guess what? Now they know that around this time of year, it's rough for you. Now it can be dealt with. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, now it can be like, okay, we got to make sure that we check on such and such. We got to make sure that we call such and such, because by you not telling people anything, people just gonna keep going on, keep going about their business. They're gonna keep doing whatever. So it's okay to show whatever emotion it is that you're feeling, because that gives people an awareness of what you're feeling. You understand what I'm saying? So please, 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 don't isolate yourself, okay? And don't be afraid to show that you're sad at this time. Like, that's fine. The next tip is, you're going to have to check yourself and figure out what it is exactly is making you sad around this time of year. Why are you so sad when Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's come around? You understand what I'm saying? Is it because you weren't able to buy everyone gifts, or you're not able to get a particular person the gift that you wanted to? Or, is it because you're alone? Is it because you're single? Is it because you don't have any kids? Like, you have to really check yourself and really figure out what it is that's making you sad. You can't just be like, oh, I'm sad. All right. No, you can't do that. Clearly, there's something that's making you sad and that's causing this depression around this time of year. You have to check yourself and you have to figure it out, so therefore it can be dealt with. You understand what I'm saying? We can't just keep wrapping ourselves up in this sadness and be comfortable in it. Eventually we got to come out of it, because this time of year, honestly, this is like the best time of year. Like, seriously, it's so lit. You understand what I'm saying? The sales be popping. Like, you feel like, you understand what I'm saying? The sales be popping. You getting hella good food, like, in a row, back to back. You understand what I'm saying? You get to be around family members that you probably barely get to see, or, you know, family members you get to see often, but it's still a different atmosphere. It's still a different vibe. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to try to deal with this and figure out a way to prevent this from happening, so we can be in the moment and we can really enjoy these people that love us. So that is very important. We have to check ourselves and figure out what exactly is making us sad, and we have to figure out how we can fix that and how we can change that so we're not so sad during this time of year. Like, for example, I know why I'm so sad around this time of year, and it's because the traditions that I grew up on and you know, everything like that, I don't get to have that anymore. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, I know people pretty much like, well, you can go spend a night. It's not the same. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's not the same. So for me, it's just like, okay, here I am again, another, you know, holiday. You know, the single part don't really bother me anymore. Before, that used to, that shit used to get me. Oh, that used to get me so bad. Being single around the holiday, let me tell you something. Having a man, okay, or a boo, or whatever, whoever you laying up with, that shit is expensive, okay? Because men's stuff is not as cheap as female stuff is. I know they're talking about, you expensive. No. Female ladies, have y'all ever bought a dude a pair of sneakers? Shit. Okay? Look, it's expensive. So that part, I'm alright with that right now. I'm totally okay with that part. I'm so good. I'm okay because I don't have that pressure on me anymore, okay? I don't have that pressure to pull up with something for him for Christmas. There's no more pressure. So for me, it's just, you know, more so of like, damn, like, I ain't waking up to a bunch of people in the house with me and we opening up gifts. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Or I'm not watching the ball drop with my family. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I mean, I go to church now. I've been going to church for New Year's for like the past, I want to say, what's this, 2017? I've been going to church for New Year's now for like the past 3-4 years. And honestly, you know, I love it. You understand what I'm saying? Because it gives me the opportunity to let out some of this sadness. You understand what I'm saying? It gives me the opportunity to be around people who are thankful to even just be able to see another year. And that's how I feel now. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I'm very thankful every year that when God allows me to go into a new year and see a new year. But, you know, I identified what exactly was making me so sad. You understand what I'm saying? And now that I know what's making me so sad, it's like, okay, Leanne, like, what can you do to try to fix that? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, what type of, you know, little Christmas tradition you could come up with that you could do every year, or New Year's, or whatever the case may be. And like I said, I don't know, did I say this at the beginning of the show? I think I did. I'm going to have my goddaughter on Christmas this year, you know, have a little tree. She probably as big as the damn tree, a little short self. You know, I have a tree, so, you know, I'm gonna have her gifts here. She's gonna open them up and make a mess and all sort of nonsense. So, you know, I'm definitely looking forward to that. So that's kind of lightening, you know, this heaviness that I've been feeling. So, yeah, definitely identify what's making you sad and start to come up with ways that you can try to change that and try to fix that, you know, because we gotta let some of this stuff go. We can't keep holding on to it because we already carry so much stuff throughout the year. You understand what I'm saying? And this is supposed to be the time where none of that shit even matters. You understand? So it is very important that we definitely figure out a way to try to change this, because it's really not a way for anybody to live, you know. And I really I really feel for people who are really sad around the holidays, because I know how that feels. Like, I know how that feels to wake up on Thanksgiving morning or Christmas morning and just cry. Like, I've done that before, like year after year after year. Like, it has not been a year that has gone by that I have not cried on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. So I really feel for people. Like, I understand. Like, I get you. You are not alone and you're not by yourself. But what I can say is we gotta change it. We have to fix it, you know. For some people, it's a lot more intense, you know. And, you know, maybe some professional help is needed in that sense. And don't be afraid to get that either. It is nothing wrong with that. I don't care what nobody tries to tell you or what anybody says to you. Getting professional help and an outside opinion or whatever the case may be, if that is needed, if you honestly feel that is something that you need, even if you don't feel like it, but somebody still suggests it to you, you need to take the steps to get that professional help. You know, I was going to a therapist, and it helped in some sense, as far as like me being able to just at least say how I felt. But shorty wasn't really helping me. That just means I need a different therapist, because I got anger problems. So, and she can't really, you know, she couldn't really get me together with that one. So it was like, okay, Leanne, you just gotta go to somebody who specializes in anger management. That's it. But that doesn't mean that I'm completely, like, you know, just done with therapy. Hell nah. I'm gonna find me another one who can help me not want to punch people in the face. That's all that means. So if you need to go, you know, talk to somebody, please do. Please do. You understand what I'm saying? Please do. I encourage that. I don't care what your friends say, your baby mama. I don't care what your mother say. Bring their asses with you, because 9 times out of 10, they need it too. No shade. But please, like, please, please. If you need that professional help, if you've been thinking about it, please. And this is the time to do it. Especially around this time of year. This is the time to do it. I'm telling you.
You rolling?
Okay, so my last and final tip, and I've said this before in another episode, and I'm going to say it again because it still applies. Don't drink this, okay, away. Like, don't just go to the liquor store and go get a big bottle of wine or whatever the case may be, and really sit at home and drink and drown yourself in sorrow. Like, that's not the answer. If you go drink, go be around people. Don't do that by yourself. Don't do that, please. Like, I'm telling you, don't do that. That's only gonna make it worse. So please, I just really encourage you to not do that, okay? Please, don't do that. It's not good. It's really not good. So I hope that you all took note to a lot of the things that I said. You know, I hope that the people who are really feeling this around this time of year, I hope that, you know, this was a little enlightening for you, just so you know that you're not crazy per se. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is a real emotion and it's a real feeling, and other people feel how you feel. And I hope that you got something from this. You know, like, things will definitely get better. Like, you're not going to always feel like this for the rest of your life. It's just that for a long period of time you've been feeling like this. But today, you know, like, this year can be a different year. It can be different than the year before, and the year before that, and the year before that. Like, I can honestly say that for Christmas and Thanksgiving, for the most part, despite the fact that I don't have those, you know, family traditions anymore, what I can say is that my stepmom, she does everything in her power to make sure that me and my brothers, you know, are enjoying our holidays, like, to the fullest extent. And that's something that whenever I do go to get sad or whatever the case may be, I at least do think about that, because I know a lot of families that has happened to. You know, the kids don't get along with whoever, or whatever the case may be, the families don't get along, but that's really not the case here. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, okay, Leanne, you don't have that anymore, but you have this now. You understand what I'm saying? And I really appreciate that, and I hold on to that so much. I'm about to cry. I can't talk about to cry. Like, you know, I appreciate that so much, because, you know, she goes out of her way to make sure that we have enough to eat, or whatever the case may be, and to make sure that we're just, you know, in the moment and enjoying each other. You understand what I'm saying? So take those type of things into consideration when you start to go and get sad. Think of a family member that you know that goes above and beyond, you know, to make sure that everyone is okay, and just making sure that everyone is having a good time, and making sure that you have what you need at that moment, or whatever the case may be. Try to think about that. You understand what I'm saying? Because it honestly really helps a lot. You're probably like, what? No, it don't. But trust me, listen to me. I'm telling you this. Listen to me. Think about that. You know, like right now, I'm honestly thinking about my stepmom's baked macaroni and cheese. Because honestly, it's lit. It's like, for real, you know, I always sweat her all the time about making it. So that's one thing, like that's one small thing that I'm thinking about right now, that I'm anticipating and I'm looking forward to. Like, you understand what I'm saying? As simple as something like baked macaroni and cheese is, like, I'm holding on to that. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Because it's not often that I get those type of like home cooked meals. So when I do get to have them, it goes down. Like, we talking about. I can't wait. I can't wait, Darlene. I can't wait. I can't wait. I cannot wait. So please, everyone, don't look at this time of year, like, don't have this type of attitude, like, oh my God. Don't do that. It should be like, oh my God, Merry Christmas. Like, it should be like that. So together, collectively, as a whole, let's try to work on that, okay? Let's try to keep each other encouraged. Let's try to stay positive. Let's check on one another a lot more than what we already do. That is very important. That is the major key to this whole thing, okay? It's not just one-sided, okay? You can't just say, oh, well, that's how you feel. No, because little do you know, people don't ever really want to take into consideration or take responsibility for the role that they play in something in regards to someone else. You still have a role to play in this, especially if you're not checking up on this person, you know, as much as you know you should. You understand what I'm saying? So let's check on our friends and family members and loved ones a lot more, to check in with them to see how they're feeling. Let's pay a little bit more attention to them around this time of year. Let's, you know, because you can notice a change in someone's behavior. You understand what I'm saying? Let's try to pay a little bit more attention to that, so we can try to at least nip it in the bud, you know, or we can address it and we can start to try to do things to change it. Okay? So that's it for this episode of the Lilz Experience. I hope that you all enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed talking about it, and believe it or not, this was very hard for me to talk about, to be honest with you, and I'm really proud of myself for not crying. I'm really proud of myself, because I really thought, like, damn, I'm gonna get in front of this camera, I ain't gonna be able to get through the episode. But nah, I did really good. I did really good. See what therapy does for you? I did really good, y'all. I'm so proud of myself. I really am. So I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Look, we is almost done with this season, so for anybody who don't know this by now, honestly, I don't really know what to tell you, okay? So, here we are. Mind your business, drink your water, and talk to God. This is your girl Lilz with the Lilz Experience, and until next time, peace.